Blood dripped from Ava's split lip as she hit the ground. "Stay down," Jenna snarled, her perfect blonde hair barely mussed despite the violence. "Know your place, hybrid freak." The word, hybrid, was whispered, vicious, meant only for Ava's ears. Because that's what she was, what she'd been hiding for 22 years, half witch, half wolf. An abomination to both species. Something that should have been drowned at birth. The Blackthorn pack didn't know. They thought she was just a weak omega, barely worth keeping around. That's how Ava had survived, by being invisible, unremarkable, beneath notice. Until tonight. Hello, my beautiful pack, and welcome back to Silver Moon Chronicles. I need to warn you right now, this story is dark. We're talking obsession, possession, twisted love, and characters who walk the line between salvation and damnation. If you're here for healthy relationships, this ain't it. This is for those of you who like your romance morally gray, your heroes dangerous, and your endings complicated. Drop a comment if you're ready for this level of intensity, and subscribe because you're not going to want to miss a single moment of this twisted tale. Now let me take you into Ava's nightmare, the moment everything she'd hidden was about to be exposed. The pack celebration raged around them, Alpha Dante's birthday, mandatory attendance, barrels of alcohol flowing freely. Ava had been serving drinks, keeping her head down like always, when Jenna had cornered her behind the supply shed. Jenna was Beta's daughter, beautiful and cruel, and she'd had it out for Ava since childhood. Tonight, drunk and mean, she'd decided Ava needed to be reminded of her place. "You think you're so smart," Jenna hissed, delivering another kick to Ava's ribs. "Hiding what you are. But I know. My father knows. We've always known about your witch blood." Ava's breath caught. "You're lying. We've been watching you. Waiting for you to slip up so we can expose you properly." Jenna crouched down, her blue eyes glittering with malice. "And once everyone knows, they'll tear you apart. Hybrids don't get trials. They get executions." "Please," Ava whispered. "Don't." Too late. Jenna pulled out a vial, wolfsbane mixed with something that smelled like magic. "This will force your shift. Both forms at once. Everyone will see exactly what you are." She threw the liquid in Ava's face. The pain was immediate, excruciating. Ava's wolf surged up in panic while her witch magic sparked in defense. The two halves of her nature, always carefully separated, slammed together. Her scream tore through the night as her body betrayed her. The shift was wrong, violent, nothing like a normal transformation. Bones breaking and reforming incorrectly, fur sprouting alongside glowing symbols that appeared on her skin. Her wolf form emerged, but twisted, marked with the witch sigil she'd inherited from her mother. Purple light crackling around her like electricity. Hybrid. Abomination. Monster. What the hell? A male voice, sharp with shock. Through the agony, Ava looked up to see him. Cade Blackthorne. Alpha's eldest son. Heir to the pack. 6'3", a pure predator, with dark hair, silver eyes, and a reputation for being cold, controlled, untouchable. He stared at her twisted form, and Ava waited for the disgust, the horror, the inevitable death sentence. Instead, his eyes flashed gold, his wolf rising to the surface. And the sound that came from his throat wasn't anger. It was hunger. "Mine." His voice was guttural, barely human. "Mine." Cade shifted in an instant, a massive black wolf with those same eerie silver gold eyes. But something was wrong with him too. His wolf was too large, too aggressive, moving with a violence that made even Jenna stumble backward. He stalked toward Ava, and every instinct screamed at her to run. But she couldn't move. The forced shift had left her weak, magic and wolf nature warring inside her body. Cade's wolf circled her, his massive head lowering to send along her neck, her shoulder. A possessive rumble vibrated through his chest. "Mine. Mate. Mine." The words echoed in Ava's mind, not through pack bonds, but something deeper. Darker. His wolf was speaking directly to hers, claiming, demanding, consuming. "No," Ava managed to gasp. "I'm not, you can't." Cade's wolf snarled, pressing closer. His teeth found the juncture of her neck and shoulder, the mating mark spot, and bit down. Not hard enough to break skin. But hard enough to brand. To claim intent. The sensation that flooded through Ava was electric, terrifying, wrong. She felt his wolf trying to merge with hers, trying to forge a bond that shouldn't exist between hybrid and pure blood. "Cade." A commanding voice shattered the moment. Alpha Dante appeared, flanked by his Luna Maya and several warriors. They took in the scene, Ava's twisted hybrid form, Cade's feral wolf, Jenna cowering against the shed. Explain, Dante commanded. Now. But Cade's wolf wouldn't release Ava. Wouldn't back down. His snarl was a warning, try to take what's mine and die. The Omega is a hybrid, Jenna said quickly, pointing at Ava. Half-witch. I exposed her. You exposed nothing, Luna Maya's voice was ice. You broke pack law by attacking a member without alpha permission. You'll be dealt with. Her eyes fixed on Cade. Son. Control your wolf and release her. Cade's wolf snarled again, but slowly, reluctantly, pulled back. He shifted to human form, but his eyes remained that eerie silver gold. She's my mate, he said, and his voice was wrong, layered, as if two beings spoke at once. Mine to protect. Mine to keep. She's a hybrid, one of the warriors said. Pack law says. I don't care about pack law. Cade moved to stand between Ava and the others. She's mine. Anyone who tries to harm her dies. The threat wasn't empty. Power rolled off him in waves, alpha power, but wrong, too strong, touched with something that made Ava's hybrid senses scream danger. Alpha Dante studied his son, his expression unreadable. Cade. When did your wolf last speak to you? He doesn't speak. Cade's jaw clenched. He demands. Commands. Takes what he wants. How long? 3 years. The admission seemed torn from him. Since the curse took hold. Curse. The word hung in the air like smoke. Luna Maya's face went pale. No. You said you had it under control. I lied. Cade's eyes fixed on Ava, and the hunger in them made her stomach drop. But she can fix it. My wolf knows. She's the cure. Or the catalyst. Either way, his smile was sharp, dangerous. She's mine now. Before anyone could respond, Cade moved with inhuman speed. He grabbed Ava, throwing her over his shoulder despite her protests, and ran. Into the forest. Into darkness. Into a nightmare Ava couldn't escape. Cade's private cabin sat at the edge of pack territory, isolated, warded, designed for someone who needed to stay away from others. He carried Ava inside, kicking the door shut behind them and setting her down with surprising gentleness. But the moment she tried to move toward the exit, his hand shot out, gripping her wrist. Don't, he growled. My wolf will hunt you. And when he catches you, and he will catch you, he won't be gentle. Let me go, Ava demanded, trying to summon her magic. But the forced shift had depleted her, left her vulnerable. I can't. Cade's voice was rough, strained. Don't you understand? My wolf has you now. He won't let you leave. Won't let anyone near you. You're his obsession, his solution, he stopped, jaw clenching. You need to understand what you've walked into. I didn't walk into anything. You kidnapped me. I saved you. His eyes flashed gold. My father would have executed you to avoid pack complications. My mother would have handed you to the council. I'm the only reason you're alive right now. It was probably true, which made Ava angrier. What curse? What's wrong with your wolf? Cade was silent for a long moment. Then he moved to the fireplace, staring into the flames. 3 years ago, I rejected my arranged mate, he said finally. She was Beta's daughter from another pack. Alliance marriage. I didn't love her, didn't want her, but pack politics demanded it. His hands clenched. She was a witch. Half-witch, like you. And when I rejected her publicly, humiliated her in front of both packs, she cursed me. What kind of curse? One that turns my wolf feral. Possessive. Violent. He looked at her, and the darkness in his eyes made Ava want to run. She said I'd rejected a hybrid mate, so I'd be cursed to crave one. To need one so desperately my wolf would go insane without her. And she was right. For 3 years, my wolf has been deteriorating. Taking over more and more. I can barely control him anymore. Cade moved closer, and Ava backed up until she hit the wall. I've been hunting. Searching for a hybrid who could break the curse. Killed the witch who cast it, but that didn't help. Nothing helped. He placed his hands on either side of her head, caging her in. Until tonight. Until I saw you. The moment my wolf recognized what you are, he went quiet. Calm. For the first time in 3 years, he stopped fighting me. So what? Ava tried to keep her voice steady. You think I'm your cure? I think you're my only chance. His face was inches from hers. And my wolf will do anything, to keep you. Even if that means hurting you. Hurting everyone. Burning the world down. You're insane. Probably. His smile was bitter. But you're here now. And you're not leaving. That's kidnapping. Your father will. My father will give me time to solve this because I'm his heir and he needs me sane. Cade pushed away from the wall, running his hands through his hair. Look, I know this is wrong. I know I'm a monster. But I'm giving you the truth, you stay here, help me figure this out, or my wolf escapes and hunts you anyway. At least here, you have a chance of surviving him. Ava studied him, seeing the tension in every line of his body. The constant fight for control. What happens if I can't break the curse? Then eventually, my wolf wins. Cade's voice was flat. He takes over completely. And the first thing he'll do is claim you, mate you, mark you, bind you to him so thoroughly you'll never escape. You'll be his in every way, whether you consent or not. The threat hung in the air between them. That's rape, Ava said bluntly. I know. Cade met her eyes. That's why I'm fighting him. Why I've been fighting for 3 years. But Ava, I'm losing. And when he finally wins, your choice won't matter anymore. So my options are help you willingly or be forced eventually? Your options are work with me now while I still have some control, or face him when he's fully feral. Cade moved to a desk, pulling out papers. I've spent 3 years researching hybrid magic, curses, bonds. I have theories about how to break this. But I need your cooperation. And if I refuse? Then I lock you in the bedroom and pray I can hold him off long enough to change your mind. His voice went rough. Please don't make me do that. I'm trying to give you as much agency as possible while I still can. Ava wanted to scream. To fight. To run. But the logical part of her brain, the part that had kept her alive and hidden for 22 years, saw the trap she was in. Stay and help voluntarily, with some semblance of control. Or refuse and lose all control when his wolf eventually won. How long do you have, she asked. Before he takes over completely? Cade's laugh was hollow. Days. Maybe a week if I'm lucky. He's stronger when you're near, your scent, your presence, it feeds his obsession. But he's also calmer. It's a balance that's killing me. Show me your research, Ava said finally. If I'm trapped here, I might as well try to save us both. Relief flashed across Cade's face. Thank you. Don't thank me yet. Ava moved to the desk, looking at the paper scattered there. I'm doing this to survive, not because I forgive you for kidnapping me. I know. Cade stood beside her, careful to maintain distance. For what it's worth, I'm sorry. For all of it. For what I'm forcing you into, for what my wolf wants to do to you. If there was any other way. But there isn't. Ava found a document about hybrid bonds, started reading. So let's figure out how to break this curse before your wolf makes good on his threats. As she read, she felt Cade's eyes on her. Hungry. Possessive. Fighting for control. And deep in her own chest, her hybrid nature responded. Drawn to his darkness despite every rational thought screaming to run. This was going to end badly. She could feel it. The only question was how badly, and who would survive. 3 days in the cabin with Cade felt like 3 years. He'd given Ava the bedroom, taking the couch for himself. Set up a research area where they could work on breaking the curse without getting too close. Tried to maintain boundaries, respect, normalcy. But his wolf was winning. Ava saw it in the way Cade's control slipped a little more each day. The way his eyes tracked her across the room. The low growls when she moved too close to the door. The moment on day 2 when he'd physically blocked her path and she'd seen him fighting, physically fighting, his own body's impulse to grab her. Tell me about the curse specifics, Ava said on the 3rd morning, trying to focus on research instead of the predator pacing behind her. Cade stood at the window, staring out at the forest. He'd stopped sleeping. Said his wolf took over in sleep, and he couldn't risk it. The witch, her name was Lila, she used blood magic, he said, voice rough from exhaustion. Her blood, my blood, mixed during the rejection ceremony. She spoke words in old witch tongue I couldn't understand. When it was done, my wolf was different. Different how? Aware. Separate. Cade turned to face her. Before, my wolf was just instinct. An extension of me. After the curse, he became his own entity. with his own thoughts, desires, goals. And his primary goal is finding what she took from him. Which was the ability to bond. Cade moved closer, and Ava fought the urge to retreat. Normal wolves bond with their mates, it's natural, consensual, mutual. But the curse twisted it. Now my wolf can only bond with a hybrid, and the bond isn't mutual. It's parasitic. He'd consume you, Ava. Take everything you are and make it his. The word sent chills down her spine. So when your wolf says I'm his mate, he means it literally. He wants to merge with you. Absorb your hybrid nature to cure his brokenness. Cade's hands clenched. And he doesn't care that it would destroy you in the process. That's not love. That's possession. I know. Something painful flashed in Cade's eyes. That's why I'm fighting. Because what my wolf wants, it's not a bond. It's murder disguised as devotion. Ava studied him. Saw the exhaustion, the constant tension, the war he was waging against his own nature. What about you? She asked. Not your wolf. You. What do you want? Cade was quiet for so long she thought he wouldn't answer. I want you safe, he finally said. From my wolf, from the pack, from everyone who'd hurt you for what you are. I want to fix this without destroying you. He met her eyes. And I want, God help me, I want to know you. The real you, not just the hybrid my wolf is obsessed with. Because in 3 days, I've seen more strength and intelligence in you than in anyone I've ever met. Don't, Ava warned. Don't make this more complicated by pretending there's real attraction here. I'm not pretending. Cade moved even closer, and this time Ava couldn't retreat, the desk was at her back. My wolf wants to possess you. But I, the human part of me, just wants you. And that's almost worse, because at least the curse gives me an excuse. He was close enough now that Ava could feel the heat radiating from him. Close enough to see the flecks of gold in his silver eyes. Close enough to smell the mix of pine and something darker, more dangerous. This is a bad idea, she whispered. I know. But Cade's hand lifted anyway, fingers brushing her cheek. Tell me to stop. Tell me you feel nothing. Tell me this is all just the curse talking. Ava should have said exactly that. Should have pushed him away, maintained the boundary between captor and captive. Instead, she leaned into his touch. I can't. The admission broke something in Cade. He pulled her against him, one hand tangling in her hair, the other wrapping around her waist. But he didn't kiss her. Just held her, forehead pressed to hers, breathing like he'd run a marathon. We can't do this, he said. If I claim you now, before we break the curse, my wolf will take over completely. He'll use our intimacy as an opening to bind you. Then let go. I'm trying. But his arms tightened. You smell like magic and forest and everything I've been craving. My wolf is screaming to mark you, claim you, make you his. And his voice broke. I want it too. Want you. But not like this. Not when I can't guarantee I won't hurt you. Ava's hands had somehow ended up on his chest, feeling the rapid thud of his heart. Cade. A knock at the door shattered the moment. Cade pulled away instantly, putting himself between Ava and the entrance. Who is it? Ethan. A male voice, younger. Dad sent me to check on you. And to deliver some news. Cade opened the door a crack. Ava caught a glimpse of another dark-haired man, similar features to Cade but softer, more approachable. News? Cade's voice was guarded. The council knows about the hybrid. Ethan's eyes flicked to Ava. Jenna's father reported it before Dad could stop him. They're sending investigators. They'll be here in 2 days. Shit. Cade ran his hand through his hair. They'll want her executed. Or studied. Ethan's expression was grim. Council's been looking for hybrid test subjects for years. If they take her, she disappears into their research facilities. No trial, no mercy. They're not taking her. Cade, you can't fight the council. Watch me. Cade's power flared, making the air shimmer. She's under my protection. Anyone who tries to take her goes through me. Ethan studied his brother. Dad won't back you on this. Not against the council. You'll be alone. Then I'll be alone. Cade's voice was absolute. I'm not handing her over. After Ethan left, Cade turned to Ava. We have 2 days to either break this curse or run. Preferably both. Run where? Anywhere the council can't reach. He moved back to the research papers. But running means living as rogues. Hunted. No pack protection. It's a hard life. Harder than being executed or experimented on? Fair point. Cade's smile was grim. Then let's figure out how to break this damn curse before we have to choose. They worked through the day and into the night, poring over every text about hybrid magic and cursed bonds. Ava's witch heritage gave her insights Cade didn't have. She could feel the curse's magical signature, see how it wrapped around his wolf nature. It's like a chain, she explained around midnight. Binding your wolf to the need for hybrid essence. But chains can be broken if you know where they're weak. And where is this one weak? Ava hesitated. The bond point. Where the curse connects to your wolf's instinct to mate. If we could sever that connection without severing your wolf entirely. How? Blood magic. The same type used to create the curse. She met his eyes. My blood mixed with yours, with the right ritual, might be able to override Lila's curse. Or it might complete what my wolf wants and bind you to me permanently. Yes. Ava's throat was tight. It's a risk. A big one. We could break the curse, or we could make it unbreakable. What do you want to do? The question caught her off guard. What I want doesn't matter. We're out of time. It matters to me. Cade moved closer. This is your life, your agency. If we do this ritual and it goes wrong, you're the one who pays the price. So tell me, what do you want? Ava looked at him. At the man who'd kidnapped her but given her choice whenever possible. Who'd fought his own nature to keep her safe. Who looked at her like she was worth fighting for. I want to try, she whispered. I want to break your curse. She stopped, surprised by her own honesty. I want to know what this could be without the curse between us. Cade's expression softened. Then we try. Tomorrow night. Give ourselves one more day to prepare, then we break this thing or die trying. Dramatic much? Have you met me? His smile was crooked, almost vulnerable. I'm nothing if not dramatic. Despite everything, Ava laughed. The sound surprised her, she hadn't laughed in days. Maybe weeks. Cade's eyes darkened, but with something warmer than hunger. Do that more. What? Laugh. Smile. Be more than just the hybrid I'm obsessed with. He touched her face again, gentle. Be Ava. However she is when she's not scared or fighting or trapped. I don't remember who that is anymore, Ava admitted. I've been hiding for so long. Then figure it out. Starting tomorrow, after we break this curse, his thumb traced her bottom lip. Show me who Ava really is. That's optimistic. Assuming the ritual works. It has to work. Cade's voice was fervent. Because the alternative, living with this curse, watching my wolf consume me, maybe hurting you in the process, that's not an option. They stood like that for a moment, close but not touching, aware of how fragile their control had become. I should sleep, Ava said finally. Big day tomorrow. I'll keep watch. Cade moved to the couch. My wolf is more active at night. Safer if I stay alert. Ava went to the bedroom but couldn't sleep. Through the door, she heard Cade pacing. Heard his occasional growls as he fought himself. And she wondered, if the ritual failed, if his wolf won, would being claimed by him really be the worst thing? The thought should have terrified her. Instead, some dark part of her whispered, maybe it wouldn't be so bad. Being wanted that desperately. Being someone's entire world. Ava pushed the thought away, but it lingered like poison. The ritual required specific ingredients and perfect timing, midnight under a new moon, when both witch magic and wolf nature were at their most potent. Ava spent the day gathering what they needed from Cade's extensive stores. He'd been preparing for this possibility for months, apparently. Hoping to find a hybrid who could help. You've been planning this specific ritual? She asked, mixing crushed herbs in a bowl. I've been planning 50 different rituals. Cade checked the position of the moon through the window. This one seemed most likely to work without killing one or both of us. That's reassuring. Would you prefer I lie? I'd prefer we survive this. Ava added her blood to the mixture, 3 drops, precisely measured. This is going to hurt, isn't it? Probably. Cade added his own blood. The moment the two mixed, the bowl began to glow. Blood magic always hurts. It's rewriting reality on a fundamental level. Even more reassuring. Cade caught her hand. Ava. If this goes wrong, if my wolf takes over during the ritual and I try to, he struggled with the words. Promise me you'll fight. Run. Do whatever you have to do to survive. You want me to kill you if necessary? I want you to save yourself. His grip tightened. My wolf might be able to make you feel things, make the bond feel good, make you want to submit. But that's not real choice. That's coercion disguised as devotion. So promise me, if he tries to claim you against your will, you fight. I promise. Ava squeezed his hand back. But it's not going to come to that. This ritual will work. You sound more confident than I feel. One of us has to be. She released his hand. It's almost midnight. We should start. They moved to the ritual circle Cade had carved into the cabin's floor, ancient symbols that predated modern pack structure. Ava recognized some from her mother's grimoire. Others were purely wolf magic. You stand here, Cade positioned her at the circle's center. I'll be across from you. We speak the words together, let the magic flow between us. When it peaks, he met her eyes. We have to maintain physical contact. The magic needs a conduit. Physical contact meaning? Holding hands at minimum. More contact means more power. Cade's voice was carefully neutral. How much we risk is up to you. Ava thought about it. Remembered Cade saying intimacy would give his wolf an opening. But they needed power, needed the ritual to be strong enough to break a 3-year curse. We do what we need to do, she decided. If more contact means higher success rate, we do it. Ava. I trust you. The words surprised her. Not your wolf. But you, the man who's been fighting to keep me safe, I trust you. Something in Cade's expression cracked. I don't deserve that. Probably not. But you have it anyway. Ava moved to her position. Now let's break this curse. They began the chant together, her in witch tongue, him in the old wolf language. The words wove together, creating something new. Something that had never existed before. Hybrid magic. The fusion of both their natures. The power built slowly, then faster. The ritual circle began to glow, symbols lighting up one by one. Ava felt her witch magic rising, responding to the call. Felt Cade's wolf power answering across from her. When the magic peaked, Cade crossed the circle. Took her hands. The connection sparked, magic flowing between them like electricity. It's working, Ava gasped. She could see the curse now, dark chains wrapped around Cade's wolf, binding him to destructive impulses. I can see it. Can you break it? I'm trying. Ava focused her magic, trying to dissolve the chains. But they were strong, reinforced by 3 years of feeding on Cade's pain. More contact, Cade said, pulling her against him. We need more power. His arms wrapped around her, and the magic intensified. Ava could feel his wolf now, feel the separate consciousness, the feral possessiveness, the desperate need that had consumed him for 3 years. Mine, the wolf snarled. Take her. Claim her. Make her ours. Cade, your wolf. I know. I feel him. Cade's arms tightened. Keep going. Break the curse before he breaks me. Ava poured everything into the magic. All her witch power, all her wolf strength, all her will to survive and be free. The chains began to crack. But so did Cade's control. His hands moved from innocent embrace to something possessive. His face buried in her neck, right over the claiming spot. She felt his teeth graze her skin. Cade, no. Can't, his voice was layered, wrong. Wolf is, he's too strong. The curse chains shattered. And Cade's wolf broke free. He moved within human speed, spinning Ava, and pressing her against the wall. His eyes were fully gold now, his features sharp with predatory focus. Mine, he growled. Finally mine. Cade, fight him. Ava tried to push him away, but he was too strong. This isn't you. I'm still here. Cade's voice, but strained. But he's, Ava, run. Please. While I can still let you. I'm not leaving you. You have to. His hands pinned her wrists above her head. Because in about 10 seconds, I'm going to mark you. Claim you. And I won't be able to stop. Ava felt his wolf's power washing over her, felt the pull to submit, to accept, to let him do what he wanted. It would be so easy. So simple. Just bare her neck and let him bite down and... No. She wasn't submitting. Not to this. Not when she'd fought her whole life to stay free. Ava called her hybrid magic, both sides of her nature at once. The witch power and wolf strength merged, creating something that made Cade's wolf stumble back in shock. Purple light exploded from her, breaking his hold. Symbols appeared on her skin, the same ones that had appeared during her first twisted shift, but controlled now. Powerful. Back. Off, Ava commanded, and her voice carried alpha power that shouldn't exist in someone who'd never led a pack. Cade's wolf snarled but stopped advancing. Confusion flashed in his gold eyes. The curse is broken, Ava said, keeping her power raised. You're not chained to needing me anymore. So you have a choice, be the monster who takes what isn't freely given, or be the man who earns it. For a long moment, Cade stood frozen. Wolf and man at war. Then the gold faded from his eyes. His shoulders slumped. And when he looked at her again, it was with horror. Oh God. Ava, his voice broke. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Is it gone? Ava asked, magic still crackling around her. The curse? Cade touched his chest, eyes widening. Yes. I can feel it. The chains they're gone. My wolf is, he laughed, the sound almost disbelieving. He's quiet. Calm. Just, normal wolf instinct instead of feral obsession. So we did it. We did it. Cade's smile was brilliant, transformative. You broke a 3-year curse with pure force of will and hybrid magic. You're incredible. I'm terrified, Ava admitted, her magic finally fading. You almost. I know. Cade moved toward her slowly, carefully. And I understand if you never want to see me again. If you want to leave, go to another pack, get as far from me as possible, I'll help you. I'll make sure you're safe. You're letting me go? The curse is broken. You're not my captive anymore. His expression was full of regret. You were never supposed to be captive at all. You were supposed to be, he stopped. It doesn't matter what I wanted. What matters is you're free now. Ava studied him. Saw genuine remorse, genuine relief that she was safe. Saw the man instead of the monster. What if I don't want to go? The words slipped out before Ava could stop them. Cade went very still. What? I said. Ava took a breath. What if I want to stay? Figure out what this could be without the curse between us? Ava, I kidnapped you. Held you captive for days. Almost marked you against your will. I know what you did. She moved closer. But I also know you fought it every step of the way. Gave me choice when you could have taken it. Respected boundaries that hurt you to maintain. She touched his chest, feeling his heart racing. The curse made you desperate. But the man, the real you, he tried to protect me even from himself. That doesn't excuse. I'm not saying it does. Ava's hand moved to his face. I'm saying maybe I want to know who you are without the curse. Who we could be together if we chose it freely. You're not thinking clearly. Stockholm Syndrome, trauma bonding. Stop telling me what I'm feeling. Ava's voice hardened. I've spent my entire life having other people decide what I am, what I'm capable of, what I deserve. I'm done with that. So if I say I want to stay, if I say I want to explore this, you don't get to decide for me. Cade searched her face. Are you sure? No. Ava laughed, the sound slightly hysterical. I'm not sure of anything. But I know I don't want to walk away without seeing where this leads. It could lead somewhere dark, Cade warned. My wolf is free now, but he's still attracted to you. Still wants you. And his voice roughened. I want you too. Have wanted you since I saw you fight back against my wolf's claim. But wanting isn't love, Ava. It might never be love. Then we figure it out together. Ava's fingers traced his jaw. No more captivity. No more forced proximity. Just two people choosing to see what happens. And if it doesn't work? Then I leave. And you let me. She met his eyes. Can you promise me that? That if I decide to go, you'll let me? Yes. No hesitation. I promise. Whatever you choose, I'll respect it. The vow settled something in Ava's chest. This wasn't a perfect situation. Wasn't healthy or normal or anything she'd ever imagined for herself. But it was her choice. Finally, after 22 years, something was her choice. Then let's start over, she said. Hi, I'm Ava. Half-witch, half-wolf, generally terrified hybrid who doesn't know what she's doing. Despite everything, Cade smiled. Hi, Ava. I'm Cade. Reformed captor, recovering curse victim, definitely don't know what I'm doing either. We're a disaster. Probably. He pulled her closer, gentle now instead of desperate. But maybe we can be a disaster together. When they kissed, it was different from the charged moments before. Softer. Tentative. Two people finding each other instead of being thrown together by magic and desperation. And for the first time since Ava's accidental shift, the future felt like possibility instead of threat. The council investigators arrived at dawn. Ava woke to find Cade already up, dressed in formal pack attire, his expression grim. They're here, he said. 5 investigators plus an enforcement team. My father's trying to delay them, but they have authority to search pack lands. They're looking for me. Yes. Cade handed her clothes, nice ones, not the servant's garb she'd worn before. We have 2 options. Hide you, or face them together. If we hide me and they find me anyway, it's worse. Probably. Cade watched her dress. But if we face them, they'll want to take you. Test you. Study your hybrid nature. Then we don't give them the chance. Ava pulled her hair back. I'm done hiding what I am. Done being ashamed. If the council wants a hybrid, let them meet one who's not afraid anymore. Pride flashed in Cade's eyes. You're sure? No. But I'm doing it anyway. She touched the claiming spot on her neck, unmarked, because Cade had stopped in time. Besides, I have a powerful alpha who promised to protect me. I'm holding him to that. Always, Cade promised. They walked to the pack house together. Every wolf they passed stopped to stare, at the hybrid who'd been exposed, at the alpha son who'd claimed her. Whispers followed them like smoke. In the main hall, the council investigators waited. 5 of them, all wearing the gray uniforms that marked them as neutral authorities. Their leader, a middle-aged woman with sharp gray eyes, stepped forward. Cade Blackthorne, she said. I'm Investigator Helena. We're here regarding reports of a hybrid within your pack. The reports are true, Cade said calmly. She's under my protection. Hybrids are illegal under council law. She needs to come with us for processing. No. Cade's power flared. She stays here. That's not your decision to make. Helena's eyes fixed on Ava. Come here, girl. We won't hurt you if you cooperate. I'm not going anywhere, Ava said, her own power rising. Purple light began to shimmer around her hands. Helena's expression sharpened with interest. Fascinating. You can control both natures simultaneously. That's extremely rare. She pulled out a device, some kind of magical scanner. Just let me get a few readings. Don't touch her. Cade moved between them. She's not your experiment. She's council property by law. She's my mate. The words rang out across the hall. Claimed and protected by Alpha Right. You can't take her without my consent. Gasps rippled through the assembled wolves. Helena's eyes narrowed. You haven't marked her, she observed. The claim isn't complete. She's still fair game under council law. Then I'll complete it. Cade looked at Ava. If you'll let me. This was it. The choice Ava had been avoiding. Being marked meant permanent bond, meant tying herself to Cade in ways that couldn't be undone. But it also meant protection. Safety. The council couldn't touch a claimed mate without starting a war with her alpha. Do it, Ava said. Cade pulled her close, his face buried in her neck. Are you sure? He whispered, too quiet for others to hear. This is forever. No takebacks. I'm sure. And she was. This might be rushed, might be driven by necessity instead of romance, but it was still her choice. Mark me. His teeth found the claiming spot and bit down. The sensation was electric, binding, overwhelming. Ava felt the mate bond snap into place, not the parasitic bond his wolf had wanted, but real connection. 2 souls recognizing each other, choosing each other. When Cade pulled back, blood on his lips, his mark was clear on her neck. Permanent. Claiming her as his for all to see. It's done, he announced. Ava is my mate, claimed and marked. Under pack law and wolf tradition, she's under my protection. Any attempt to take her is an act of war against Blackthorne pack. Helena looked furious. The council won't accept this. A hybrid cannot be claimed. I just did. Cade's smile was sharp. And unless you want to challenge an alpha's right to choose his mate, I suggest you accept it. Alpha Dante, Helena turned to Cade's father. Surely you won't allow. My son has made his choice. Dante's voice was carefully neutral. I won't interfere with a mating bond. That's sacred. It was a careful line. Dante wasn't openly supporting them, but he wasn't stopping them either. Political neutrality that gave Cade room to maneuver. Helena's jaw clenched. This isn't over. The council will review this case. If we determine the hybrid poses a threat, then you'll have to go through me, Cade said. And I don't lose. The investigators left, but Ava knew this was just the beginning. The council wouldn't give up easily. As the hall emptied, Cade pulled Ava aside. Are you okay? I know that was rushed. I'm fine. Ava touched the mark on her neck, feeling the bond pulse. Is it wrong that I'm not freaking out? A little bit, yes. Cade's expression was concerned. Ava, you just let me bind you permanently. That's a huge decision. That I made freely. She faced him. For the first time in my life, I chose something for myself. Yes, it was rushed. Yes, there were extenuating circumstances. But I still chose it. Chose you. Why? The question seemed torn from him. After everything I've done. Because you're the first person who's ever fought for me instead of against me, Ava said simply. Because your curse made you desperate, but you never stopped trying to give me choice. Because, she hesitated. Because when I look at you, I see someone who understands what it's like to be seen as a monster. And maybe two monsters deserve a chance at something normal. Cade pulled her into his arms, holding her like she was precious. I'll spend my life trying to deserve you. You already do. Ava buried her face in his chest. Now what? Now we deal with the fallout. Cade's voice was grim. The council won't stop. My pack is going to question this. And we still don't know who wants hybrids badly enough to send investigators this quickly. You think someone specific is targeting me? I think hybrids are rare. And powerful. And someone on the council wants to study that power. He pulled back to look at her. We need to find out who before they try again. Over the next weeks, Ava settled into her new role as Cade's mate with surprising ease. The pack accepted her faster than she'd expected, partially because challenging an alpha's mate was suicide, partially because her power was undeniable. She could do things no pure wolf or pure witch could manage, blending both magics into something new. But not everyone was pleased. The hybrid doesn't belong here, Jenna spat one afternoon, cornering Ava in the pack house library. You're an abomination. Everyone knows it. Everyone knows I'm Cade's mate, Ava corrected calmly. Which means I have protection you can't touch. For now. Jenna's smile was venomous. But mates can be challenged. If someone proves you're unworthy, they're welcome to try. Ava let her power flare, purple light dancing around her fingers. But I'm not the weak Omega anymore, Jenna. I'm not afraid of you. You should be. Jenna leaned closer. Because I know things about you. About what you really are. And when the council comes back, and they will come back, I'll make sure they know everything. She left before Ava could respond. That night, Ava told Cade about the encounter. Jenna knows something, she said. Something about my past she thinks will hurt me. What could she possibly know that's worse than being a hybrid? Cade was reviewing documents at his desk, the ones he'd been collecting about council activities. I don't know. But she seemed confident. Ava moved to stand behind him, looking at the papers. What are you working on? Patterns. Cade pointed to a map marked with locations. Over the past 50 years, 23 hybrid children were born in North America. All of them disappeared before their 5th birthday. Officially listed as deaths, accidents, illnesses, kidnappings. But you think? I think they were taken. By the council or someone working for them. Cade pulled out another document. And look at this, every disappearance happened within weeks of a council inspection of the pack. Ava's blood ran cold. They're collecting hybrids? That's my theory. Which means you're not just rare, you're valuable. And whoever's running this program won't stop until they have you. Then we find them first. Ava studied the map. Is there a pattern to the locations? Northern territories mostly. Your pack, Blackthorne, is one of the few southern packs that's had a hybrid birth. Cade's finger traced lines between locations. But there's one name that appears in every case. One council member who was present for every inspection. Who? Investigator Helena. Cade's expression was grim. The same woman who tried to take you. The revelation settled like ice in Ava's stomach. She's been doing this for 50 years? At least. Maybe longer. Cade pulled up more records. I've been trying to find where she's taking them, but the trail goes cold after the council facilities. It's like the children just vanish. They're dead, Ava said quietly. Have to be. You can't hide 23 hybrid children for that long. Unless you're using them for something. Cade's voice was dark. Experiments. Research. Trying to understand or replicate hybrid power. That's monstrous. That's the council. He stood, facing her. Which is why we need to be careful. Helena knows you exist, knows you're powerful, and she'll be back. With more authority, more resources, more leverage. Let her come. Ava's power flared. I'm done being prey. You're also newly mated and still learning your abilities. Cade caught her hands. I love that you're not afraid anymore. But we need to be smart about this. One hybrid against the entire council is suicide. Then what do you suggest? We build alliances. Find other packs with hybrids or hybrid sympathizers. Create a network that can stand against council overreach. Cade's eyes blazed with determination. And we expose Helena for what she is, a child killer hiding behind authority. It was a good plan. A smart plan. But it required something Ava wasn't sure she had, patience. How long will that take? Months. Maybe years. Cade pulled her closer. I know you want immediate justice. I want it too. But if we move too fast, we'll lose. And I'm not losing you. So we wait. We plan. We gather evidence. Yes. He kissed her forehead. And in the meantime, you train. Learn to use your hybrid magic to its full potential. Because when this does blow up, and it will blow up, I need you able to defend yourself. Over the following weeks, that's exactly what they did. Cade brought in a witch, an old friend named Nora who knew about hybrids and didn't judge. She taught Ava to blend her magics properly, to use them as one force instead of two separate powers fighting for dominance. You're rare, Nora explained during one session. Most hybrids can't balance their natures. They tear themselves apart trying. But you, she watched Ava create a shield of purple light and wolf strength. You're harmonizing. Creating something new. Is that good? It's extraordinary. Nora's expression was serious. It also makes you a target. The council fears what it can't control, and you, my dear, are very much uncontrollable. The words should have frightened Ava. Instead, they made her feel powerful. She was uncontrollable. Uncageable. Everything she'd been told she couldn't be. And with Cade at her side, teaching her to fight, to strategize, to think like an alpha, she was becoming genuinely dangerous. You're magnificent, Cade said one evening after a particularly intense training session. They were both covered in dirt and sweat, but his eyes held pride. Absolutely magnificent. I'm exhausted, Ava corrected, collapsing onto the grass. That too. He lay beside her, their shoulders touching. But you're also powerful. Growing stronger every day. Soon you'll be able to take on Helena yourself if needed. I hope it doesn't come to that. So do I. Cade's hand found hers. But if it does, if the council comes for you again, promise me you'll fight with everything you have. No holding back, no mercy. Why do you sound like you're preparing for war? Because I am. He turned his head to look at her. Ava, what we're planning, exposing council corruption, building a hybrid rights network, it's going to make enemies. Powerful ones. And they'll come after us. Then we'll be ready. Will we? Cade's expression was haunted. I've already almost lost you to my curse. I can't lose you to politics. You won't. Ava squeezed his hand. We're in this together, remember? Two disasters facing the world side by side. Two disasters, Cade repeated, smile returning. I like that. They lay there as the sun set, comfortable in silence, comfortable with each other. For a moment, everything felt almost normal. Then Cade's phone rang. He answered, listened, his expression darkening with every second. When, he demanded. How many? A pause. Fuck. Okay. We're coming. He hung up, already standing. That was Ethan. Helena's back. With a full council delegation and a warrant for your arrest. Arrest? On what charges? Illegal hybrid existence. Practicing forbidden magic. Corrupting an alpha heir. Cade's jaw clenched. She's not trying to study you anymore. She's trying to execute you legally. The council delegation was larger this time, 20 wolves, 10 witches, all armed and authorized. They stood in formation outside the pack house, Helena at their center. Ava Thornwood, she called out. You are hereby charged with illegal hybrid existence, practicing dark magic, and conspiracy to undermine council authority. Surrender yourself for judgment. No, Cade said flatly, standing beside Ava on the pack house steps. She's my mate. Under pack law, you can't touch her. Pack law is superseded by council law. Helena held up a document. We have authorization from the Grand Council itself. Either she comes willingly, or we take her by force. Try it, Cade growled. And see what happens when you attack an alpha's mate on his own territory. This doesn't have to be violent, Helena said, but her eyes gleamed with satisfaction. Just hand over the hybrid, and no one gets hurt. Why? Ava stepped forward, her power rising. Why are you so desperate to have me? What are you really doing with hybrid children? Helena's expression flickered, just for a second, but Ava saw guilt there. Confirmation. You've been taking them, Ava continued, loud enough for everyone to hear. For 50 years. 23 hybrid children disappeared after council inspections you led. What did you do with them? Careful, girl, Helena warned. Accusations against council members carry severe penalties. Then prove me wrong. Ava pulled out the documents Cade had compiled. These are all public records. Deaths, disappearances, all linked to you. So either you're the unluckiest investigator in history, or you're a child killer. Gasps rippled through both groups, the council delegation and the Blackthorn pack members who'd gathered to watch. Those children were dangerous, Helena said finally. Hybrids are unstable, unpredictable. We were protecting society. By murdering infants? Ava's voice rose. By experimenting on them? By trying to steal their power for yourselves? You don't know what you're talking about. I know I survived when I shouldn't have. Ava's purple light blazed brighter. I know you're terrified of what I represent, a hybrid who lived, who learned to control her power, who can't be easily disappeared. So you're trying to kill me legally instead. This is sedition, Helena snapped. Guards, seize her. The council wolves moved forward. Cade shifted instantly, his massive black wolf form placing himself between them and Ava. Behind him, the entire Blackthorn pack shifted as well, dozens of wolves forming a protective wall. You'll have to go through all of us, Alpha Dante said, stepping forward. My son has claimed this woman as mate. That's sacred. If you want to break sacred law, you'll do it over our dead bodies. Helena's face twisted with rage. So be it. She signaled, and chaos erupted. The council delegation attacked with magic and teeth and claws. The Blackthorn pack met them head-on, defending their territory and their alpha's mate. Ava stood in the center of it all, power building inside her to unprecedented levels. She could feel her witch magic and wolf nature merging, creating something that made the air crackle with potential. A council witch threw fire at her. Ava caught it, absorbed it, turned it into purple lightning that struck back twice as hard. 2 wolves lunged for her throat. She threw them aside with telekinesis she didn't know she possessed. A warlock tried to bind her with shadow magic. She shattered his spell like glass. Stop. Helena's voice cut through the chaos. Everyone stop. The fighting paused. Both sides separated, panting, wounded, staring at Ava, who stood in a circle of purple light, symbols glowing on her skin, power radiating from her in waves that made even the strongest wolves whimper. Is this what you wanted? Ava demanded. To see what a hybrid can really do? Fine. Let me show you. She released a fraction of her power, just a pulse, just a taste, and every wolf for 100 yards was forced to their knees. Even Cade, even Dante, couldn't resist the alpha command that shouldn't exist in a hybrid. I am not your victim, Ava said, her voice layered with power. I am not your experiment. I am hybrid, witch, and wolf, all three, all powerful, all done being afraid. She turned to Helena specifically. You wanted to eliminate me because I'm dangerous? You were right. I am dangerous. Because I remember the faces of the children you killed. I carry their power with me. She wasn't sure if that was true, but it felt true in the moment. And I will make sure everyone knows what you've done. You're insane, Helena breathed. I'm angry. Ava's power pulsed again. There's a difference. She released them all from the Alpha command. Wolves struggled to their feet, staring at her with a mix of fear and awe. Leave, Ava commanded. All of you. And tell the council that if they want me, they'll have to send more than 20 wolves and empty threats. They'll have to send everything. Because I'm done hiding. Helena looked like she wanted to argue. But faced with Ava's power, with the Blackthorn pack united behind her, with the evidence of her crimes about to be exposed, she had no choice. This isn't over, she promised. I'm counting on it, Ava replied. The council delegation retreated, leaving wounded but alive. As soon as they were gone, Ava's power collapsed. She stumbled, and Cade was there instantly, catching her before she fell. That was amazing, he breathed. Terrifying, but amazing. I think I overdid it. Ava's vision swam. Used too much power. Rest. I've got you. Cade lifted her easily, carrying her toward the pack house. You just made the council back down. That's never happened before. Did I win? For now. His expression was serious. But Ava, they'll be back. And next time, they'll be prepared for your power. Then we'll be prepared for them. Ava managed a weak smile. 2 disasters, remember? 2 disasters, Cade agreed. Against the world. Ava woke 3 days later. She'd burned through so much power during the confrontation that her body had shut down to recover. Cade had stayed beside her the entire time, Nora monitoring her condition, worried she'd accidentally killed herself with that display. But she hadn't. She'd just reset. Welcome back, Cade said when her eyes opened. He looked exhausted, hadn't shaved in days, but his smile was genuine. You scared the hell out of me. Sorry. Ava's voice was rough. What did I miss? Let's see, the council has demanded a formal hearing about the confrontation. Helena's been suspended pending investigation into your accusations. And about half the packs in North America are either terrified of you or want to recruit you. Eventful 3 days. That's one word for it. Cade helped her sit up. How do you feel? Empty. Like I used every drop of magic I had. Ava looked at her hands, the symbols were gone, her power dormant. Is it gone? The hybrid magic? Resting, not gone. Nora says it'll come back stronger once you've recovered. Cade's expression turned serious. Ava, what you did, forcing an alpha command on wolves who aren't your pack, that shouldn't be possible. I know. Which means you're not just a hybrid. You're something more. He handed her a book, old, leather-bound, filled with symbols she recognized. Nora found this. It's about the original hybrids, the first ones who mixed witch and wolf bloodlines. They were called primordials. Ava opened the book, scanning pages. These symbols, they're the same ones that appeared on my skin. Because you might be descended from them. From the first hybrids. Cade pointed to a passage. Primordials could command any wolf, could use magic no pure witch could touch, could bring down entire packs if they chose, Ava read. They were hunted to extinction because they were too powerful. Or so everyone thought. Cade's eyes held hers. But if you're primordial, if that bloodline survived, then I'm not just rare. I'm legendary. And every pack and council in existence will want to either kill me or control me. Yes. Cade's hand found hers. Which is why we need to decide what we're doing. Running isn't an option anymore, you're too visible. Fighting alone is suicide. So what do we do? Ava thought about it. About the hybrid children who'd been killed. About the council's corruption. About all the wolves and witches who lived in fear of being different. We build something new, she said finally. A place where hybrids are protected. Where power doesn't mean persecution. Where the council can't touch us. That's essentially declaring independence from council authority. Good. Ava's eyes blazed. Because I'm done living under their rules. Under anyone's rules except the ones we choose for ourselves. That's sedition. Treason, technically. I prefer revolution. Ava smiled. Are you with me? Cade studied her for a long moment. Saw the determination, the power, the absolute refusal to back down. Always, he said finally. Even if it means war. Even if it means exile. Even if it means the entire supernatural world comes down on our heads, I'm with you. Why? Ava asked. You could walk away. Save your pack, your position, your safety. Why choose me? Because you're not just my mate. Cade pulled her closer. You're the bravest person I've ever met. You face impossible odds and don't flinch. You protect the vulnerable even when you were vulnerable yourself. You're building something better in a world that wants to keep things broken. He kissed her, gentle and fierce at once. I choose you because choosing you means choosing hope. And I haven't had that in a very long time. Ava melted into the kiss, into him, into the certainty that whatever came next, they'd face it together. When they finally broke apart, both were smiling. So, Cade said. How do we start a revolution? First, we gather allies. Other hybrids, sympathetic packs, anyone tired of council corruption. Ava's mind was already working. Then we create a sanctuary, somewhere they can't touch us. I might know a place. Cade pulled out a map. Old Blood Moon territory. It's been abandoned for 20 years, since the pack was destroyed. But it's unclaimed, heavily forested, easy to defend. Blood Moon, Ava repeated. The name felt significant somehow. Why was the pack destroyed? Official story? Rogue attack. Unofficial? Cade's expression darkened. Council elimination. The Blood Moon Alpha discovered something about hybrid experiments and was going to expose it. So they killed the entire pack. Like they've killed so many others. Yes. Cade traced the territory lines. But the land is still there. Still powerful. If we could claim it, make it our base. We'd have a home, Ava finished. A real one. For all the hybrids and outcasts and rebels. Are you sure about this? Cade asked. Once we do this, there's no going back. We'll be marked as enemies of the council. We're already enemies. Ava touched the mark on her neck, Cade's claiming bite, still visible. They'll never stop hunting me. So I might as well give them a reason to be afraid. Then we do it. Cade pulled her to her feet. We build our sanctuary. We gather our people. And we show the council that their reign of terror is over. They sealed the decision with a kiss that promised war and hope in equal measure. Outside, storm clouds gathered. Inside, revolution was born. And in the shadows, Helena watched through scrying magic, her face twisted with rage. You want war, little hybrid, she whispered to the vision. I'll give you war. And when I'm done, there won't be enough of you left to bury. She turned to her assistant. Contact the Grand Council. Tell them we have a primordial emergence. Authorization needed for lethal force. Ma'am, if she really is primordial. Then we kill her before she reaches full power. Helena's smile was cold. And this time, there won't be any survivors to carry the bloodline forward. 6 months later. Blood Moon Sanctuary thrived. What had started as a wild idea, creating a safe haven for hybrids and supernatural outcasts, had grown into a movement. 43 wolves, witches, and hybrids now called the reclaimed territory home. They'd rebuilt the old structures, created new laws based on equality instead of hierarchy, and established themselves as an independent entity. The council hated it. But they couldn't touch it. Because Ava had done the impossible, she'd made allies. Other packs who'd lost hybrid children to Helena's experiments. Witch covens tired of council manipulation. Even some council members who'd been waiting for someone brave enough to stand up. Together, they formed a coalition that couldn't be easily dismissed or destroyed. Ava stood on the rebuilt walls of Blood Moon Keep, watching the sunset paint the forest in shades of gold and red. Cade appeared beside her, wrapping his arms around her waist. Thinking? He asked. Remembering, Ava corrected. 6 months ago, I was hiding what I was. Terrified of being discovered. And now? Now you're leading a revolution. Cade kissed her temple. Kind of a upgrade. Is it? Sometimes I wonder if we're just making things worse. Drawing targets on everyone here. You're giving them hope, Cade said firmly. Every hybrid who arrives here sees that survival is possible. That they're not alone, not broken, not destined for council labs or execution. But Helena's still out there. Planning something. Let her plan. Cade turned Ava to face him. We're stronger now. Better prepared. And unlike her, we're fighting for something real, freedom, safety, future. She's just fighting to maintain control. You make it sound simple. It is simple. Not easy, but simple. He cupped her face. We protect our people. We build our sanctuary. We show the world that the old ways are dying. Everything else is just details. Ava smiled despite her worries. When did you become an optimist? When I met you. Cade's expression was soft. You make me believe impossible things are achievable. Like broken alphas can be healed. Like curses can be shattered. Like two disasters can build something beautiful. I love you, Ava said. The word still felt new, still carried weight. I don't say it enough, but I do. Love you. I know. Cade kissed her, slow and deep. And I love you. My mate. My alpha. My revolution. Your disaster, Ava added with a laugh. My perfect disaster. Thank you for joining us for this epic journey. Don't forget to like and subscribe to Silver Moon Chronicles for more fated mate adventures.